Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm coming at you with an Hermes tell-all today, a good old-fashioned Q&A. You've got questions, I've got answers. I'm just gonna start right now by saying the dogs are restless today, so if you hear tiny pitter-patters or woofs throughout this video, apologies, but it is a hazard of doing business with me. So I've got my handy-dandy notebook here with all of your questions. A huge thank you to everybody who submitted, whether it was comments in the video or DMing me. Appreciate it. If you have follow-up questions or something I say in this video sparks another question, don't be shy, put it down in the comments below. I'll also say that this is probably gonna be a long video, so buckle up. I have a Diet Coke today. It's not tea, it's not wine, sorry to disappoint, but I was thirsty and I needed a cold dose of caffeine. Question number 1, do SAs make commission off of Quota bags? The answer is no. I'm sure a lot of you know this, but what you might not know is that Quota bags in this particular instance are only the two Birkin and Kelly. Some people have wondered, is a Constance in that category? And the answer is no. So sales associates do indeed make commission off of a Constance. So, and also, if any of you have not watched my video about how to get a Birkin, I go into my whole Hermes journey there, so you can check it out. I'll put the link down below. But for whatever reason, my sales associates have always said Constance, not Constance, and so that is how we will be referring to them henceforth on this channel. Just wanted to let you all know in case that annoys someone. This segues nicely into another question. How do you sort of lobby or increase your chances on getting offered a special order or a la carte bag? Fun fact, SAs are more incentivized sometimes if you drop hints that you would like a special order bag that is not a Quota bag. If I got a special order offer, would I make it a Constance or something else? Probably not. I'd be on that Birkin or Kelly train, probably a mini Kelly, thank you. But if there is a specific Constance that you're looking for and you're like, ugh, it's so hard to find, it wouldn't hurt doing a soft float to your SA to say something like, I want, you know, a croc fuchsia Constance 18. The wheels may start to turn to say, well, if I give her the special order over someone who wants a Birkin or Kelly, then that's a little bit of extra money in my pocket. Not to say that everyone is motivated like that, and I think a lot of sales associates aren't. It's truly about your relationship with them. But just a fun tidbit, in the event that you are on the hunt for a particularly difficult to find Constance, it might up your chances. Okay, next question. Do leather goods count towards your total spend? For those of you who are new to starting your Hermes journey or don't know what I mean by total spend, I mean the amount you're running total between Quota bag purchases that is meant to qualify you for your next one. So I'd say across the board, a 1-to-1 ratio is generally what is the calling card to be offered your first Birkin or Kelly. And the answer is yes, leather goods do count, but there's things to know. So a few people asked if in my last video, when I was doing the running tally of how much I spent before I got my first Birkin, sitting over here, she's beautiful. They were asking if my Constance purchase went towards my overall spend. And the answer is sort of like yes and no. So the way that I understand it is that when your SA is proposing you for a Quota bag, they take your whole profile along with the bag in question to their manager. They sort of know what the manager is generally looking for, but the manager is the one who can accept or deny the request. So the manager is looking at a few things. Longevity of you being in a... Dog problems. Apologies. Doggy sounds. The manager is looking for your total spend, your length of time being a customer with the brand, the breadth of métiers that you shop in. So let's, you know, make sure she's got, in addition to her Constance or Evelyn, PM, what have you, is she shopping homewares? Do we have some china? Maybe a little bit of ready to wear. Some fine jewelry is always great because they make more commission in that category as well. So it's about not only the total number, but also the breadth of your profile. So a Constance isn't going to necessarily alone plus like a pair of shoes get you to Birkin level. But if you, let's say you purchased a Constance and then you pile on top of it a few other things on a few other shopping trips, it's unlikely that the manager is going to go through your whole history to like the first thing you spend. But you want to have some breadth of profile and diversify when they're looking to make sure that they can see you're appreciating the entire brand. You're not a reseller just like pounding out the leather goods. It's also unlikely that you would be offered that many leather goods in the first place. So in summary, leather goods do count in your total spend, but you want to, again, like sort of think if you're close to that total, a picotin is not going to get you there. Go for something else that's on your wish list, like if you're looking for a specific sweater, or there's like a beautiful ring that came into stock, which by the way I just got this guy. I had a number of questions about sort of what are SAs doing in the back, and I think to a certain extent we probably will never know, but I've told you all that I do have a dear friend who used to work at Hermes. Things have certainly changed since he's been there, but I did ask him, if someone asks you, hey, can I have a bag, and it's someone cold off the street out of the line and they haven't purchased anything, and you know, you sort of have to say, be polite, and you go into the back. Generally speaking, I think SAs, when that's the case, they're being polite, they're making sure you feel like you've been heard, but they know they can't offer you a bag because the manager won't approve it, so they'll probably hang out for a minute and then come back. Oh, one other thing I want to mention too about what are SAs doing in the back. Sometimes you will say, hey, do you have this thing, whether it's a picotin, an Evelyn, a pair of shoes, what have you, and the SA knows that that particular item is one of the things that's like a lottery system has been allocated to another SA but hasn't been sold yet. If you have an SA who really is like working for you and trying to help you out, they will go in the back, find the person who has that particular item and try to barter. I've watched it happen multiple times where like my SA will call a different SA who has like a piece of jewelry on hold for someone, and he'll be like, hey, is this person really gonna come in and take this because I have someone who wants it now? So a lot of times they'll go in the back and try to barter with each other to benefit us, which is awesome. And again, not all of them do that, but if you've got a good relationship going, it happens more than you think. It even happens with Quota bags where some have been allocated to one SA and they know, oh, maybe don't have a buyer, or my client turned this down, does anyone else have it? What can I trade with you in this particular shipment? So they're not always in the back just having coffee. They might be trying to do the Lord's work. Someone asked, are there tons of bags in the back? Yes, but also maybe not. The last time I went to my store, the side door was open and I could see like the warehouse portion, like the back, and it was just like stacks of boxes, but I imagine everything back there is already spoken for. Especially in the Southern California stores, there is just no stock. Stock arrives, it's already assigned, SA texts client, poof, gone. I got another question about how do SAs feel if you are on vacation and you want to go shop at another location. So I asked both my current Hermes associate and my former about this, and it seems that the consensus is if it's something that they don't have and you know it's like a relatively low spend item, I know saying low spend is maybe like a trigger word for people because obviously all the things we're talking about are several $1,000s usually, but let me sort of paint the picture for you. If you're lusting after a piece of fine jewelry with diamonds in it and you happen to be in Las Vegas and they have it, you should wait for your home store sales associate to get it for you. If it's something like a small jewelry item, shoes, an Evelyn, a picotin, like go for it. They know it's hard to get. There's certain colors you'll never be able to find. If it's like an Oran that you just fell in love with, go ahead. They understand, especially with the euro being so low. If you're in Paris, like go for it. Essentially, if you go to another store that's not your home store and you go in guns blazing, ready to drop a bunch of money in hopes of getting a bag, your SA will see that and probably be a little bit salty about it, right? Because that's commission they lost out on. If it's something that's hard to find, like for example, I have been trying to find the day sneakers in white with rose gold locks, Kelly locks, and my SA referred me to someone else at another store because he's like, we're not getting them. I have no idea when we'll get them. This other store has them. They won't ship them to me, but that you can work directly with an SA there and they will get them for you. He's like, I just want you to have the shoes. I don't even care about the commission. Those are, you know, like 1,500 bucks. So he's not mad about that. But if you go into Las Vegas stores, for example, and you throw down the cash in hopes of getting a Birkin or Kelly, your SA will probably be a little bit like, hey man, I could have gotten you those things if you'd waited maybe a couple weeks, maybe a month, whatever. And then that would have put you even closer to your next Quota bag with them. So be strategic because they do notice, for sure. Anything short of like your travels in Paris, which is kind of understood and not questioned, I would keep it to very minimal shopping elsewhere unless you want to start having like a dual relationship. And if you've got the cash to make that work, go for it. Good on you. Okay, so overwhelmingly, the most asked question I had was, everyone has been hearing rumblings that Hermes is going to do 1 Quota bag per year per client. I directly asked my SA, am I only allotted 1 bag this year? And he said no. I said, okay, cool beans. However, so many people have been hearing this word on the street that I took it upon myself to do a little bit of detective work. I have a few friends that all shop at the same store. Some of them are single peeps like me. I'm the only account holder in my household. Others are like husband and wife duos, or husband-husband duos, wife-wife duos, and one is a mother-daughter duo. So we've got a good control group here. When they have inquired about if they can only get 1 bag a year, the answers were slightly different. So hear me out. This is not something that I think anyone can probably verify via fact since it's a new rumor, but this is what I have gathered in the way people have received answers based on how they shop. So it could be that, for example, Hermes gets that hubby is only getting Birkins for his wife, and so she ends up with 4 bags a year versus little old me who can only get 2. Or someone who brings in their daughter she's not using her Birkins. She isn't ready for them yet. She doesn't know how great they are. She gets them for mom, so mom gets 4. I think that's what they're trying to guard against, which ultimately I'm okay with because it sort of helps to spread the wealth and allow more people to get bags. But it is interesting that the answers have differed so much. And so I think to myself, that's where the rumor has come from, is probably people who are shopping together. That's what they've been told. It's only if, like, let's say your husband has an account at another store, then fine. He can get 2 there, you can get 2 at your store, and you beat the system. But I think that is the current mantra, it seems. Again, I could be totally wrong, but this has been an experiment that I've carried out for the last 2 months, and the data don't lie. So take it with a grain of salt because it's just my speculation, but at least for Southern California, that seems to be what we're dealing with right now. Okay, I think that's all I've got for today. This video is getting quite long. So if you've got follow-up questions, or you'd like to add any other comments, or you've got information on any of the topics I have discussed, please put it in the comments below. We love an interactive community here. If you're interested in what I have to say, or you want to come back for more, please hit me with that like and subscribe. Also, I'm the same handle here as I am on Instagram, so come on over and say hello. There will definitely be a part 2 of this video if I get enough questions. And happy Hermes hunting, everyone. Have a great day.